while in Belmont.
And my troth, Nerissa, my little body is a-weary of this great world.
You would be sweet, madam, if your miseries were in the same abundance as your good fortunes are. And yet, for aught I see, they are as sick that surfeit with too much as they that starve with nothing. It is no mean happiness, therefore, to be seated in the mean. Superfluity comes sooner to white hairs, but moderation lives longer.
Good sentences and well pronounced.
Yes, they would be wet better if well followed.
If to do were as easy as to know what were good to do, chapels had been churches, and poor men's cottages princes' palaces. It is a good priest that follows his own instructions. I can easier teach 20 what were good to be done than to be one of the 20 to follow mine own teaching. But this reasoning is not in the fashion to choose me a husband. Oh, me, the word choose. I may neither choose who I would, nor refuse who I dislike. So is the will of a living daughter curbed by the will of a dead father. Is it not hard, Nerissa, that I cannot choose one, nor refuse none?
Your father was ever virtuous, and holy men at their death have good inspirations. Therefore the lottery he hath devised in these 3 chests of gold, silver, and lead, whereof who chooses his meaning chooses you, will no doubt never be chosen by any rightly, but one who you shall rightly love. But what warmth is there in your affection towards any of these princely suitors who have already come?
I pray thee, overname them, and as thou namest them, I will describe them, and according to my description, level at my affection.
First, there is the Neapolitan prince.
Aye, that's a colt indeed, for he doth nothing but talk of his horse. And he makes it a great appropriation to his own good parts, that he can shoe him himself. I am much afeard, my lady, his mother played false with a smith.
Then there is the County Palatine.
He doth nothing but frown, as who should say, and you will not have me choose. He hears merry tales and smiles not. I had rather be married to a death's head with a bone in his mouth than to either of these. God defend me from these 2.
How say you by the French lord, Monsieur Le Bon?
Oh, God made him, and therefore let him pass for a man. In sooth, I know it is a sin to be a mocker, but he hath a horse better than the Neapolitans, and a better bad habit of frowning than the Count Palatine. He is every man in no man. If he would despise me, I would forgive him. For if he love me to madness, I shall never requite him.
How say you then to Falconbridge, the young Baron of England?
You know I say nothing to him, for he understands not me, nor I him. He hath neither Latin, French, nor Italian. He is a proper man's picture. But, alas, who can converse with a dumb show?
But how like you the young German, the Duke of Saxony's nephew?
Very vilely in the morning when he is sober, and most vilely in the afternoon when he is drunk. When he is best, he is a little worse than a beast, and when he is worst, he is a little better than a beast. I hope I shall make shift to go on without him.
If he should offer to choose, and choose the right casket, you should refuse your father's will if you refuse to accept him.
Therefore, for fear of the worst, I pray thee, set a deep glass of Rhenish wine upon the wrong casket. For if the devil be within, and that temptation without, I know he will choose it. I will do anything, Nerissa, ere I will be married to a sponge.
You need not fear, lady, the having any of these lords. They have acquainted me with their determinations, which is indeed to return to their home and to trouble you with no more suit.
Oh.
Unless you may be won by some other sort than your father's imposition, depending on the caskets.
If I live to be as old as Sibylla, I will die as chaste as Diana, unless I be obtained by the manner of my father's will. I am glad this parcel of wooers are so reasonable, for there is not one among them but I dote on his very absence, and may God grant them a fair departure.
Do you not remember, lady, in your father's time, a Venetian, a scholar and a soldier who came hither in the company of the Marquis of Montferrat?
Yes, yes, it was Bassanio, as I think so was he called.
True, madam. He, of all the men that ever my foolish eyes looked upon, was the best deserving a fair lady.
I remember him well, and I remember him worthy of thy praise. How now, what news?
The 4 strangers seek for you, madam, to take their leave, and there is a messenger come from a 5th, the Prince of Morocco, who brings word the prince, his master, will be here tonight.
If I could bid the 5th welcome with so good heart as I can bid the other 4 farewell, I should be glad of his approach. If he had the condition of a saint and the complexion of a devil, I had rather he should shrive me than wive me. Come, Nerissa, Sirrah, go before. Whilst we shut the gate upon one wooer, another knocks at the door.
A few moments later, in Venice.
3,000 ducats, well.
Aye, sir, for 3 months.
For 3 months, well.
For that which, as I told you, Antonio shall be bound.
Antonio shall become bound.
Will you stead me? Will you pleasure me? Shall I know your answer?
3,000 ducats for 3 months and Antonio bound.
Your answer to that?
Antonio is a good man.
Have you heard any imputation to the contrary?
Oh, no. My meaning in saying that he is a good man is to have you understand me that he is sufficient. Yet his means are in supposition. He hath an argosy bound for Tripolis, another to the Indies. I understand, moreover, upon the Rialto, he hath a 3rd for Mexico, a 4th for England, and other ventures he hath squandered abroad. But ships are but boards, sailors but men. There be land rats and water rats, land thieves and water thieves. I mean, pirates. And then there is the peril of waters, winds, and rocks. The man is, notwithstanding, sufficient. 3,000 ducats. I think I may take his bond.
Be assured you may.
I will be assured that I may, and that I may be assured I will bethink me. May I speak with Antonio?
If it please you to dine with us.
Oh, yes, to smell pork. To eat of the habitation your prophet, the Nazarite, conjured the devil into. I will buy with you, sell with you, walk with you, talk with you, and so following. But I will not eat with you, drink with you, nor pray with you. What news on the Rialto? But who is he who comes here?
This is Senor Antonio.
How like a fawning publican he looks. I hate him, for he is a Christian. But more, for that in low simplicity he lends out money gratis and brings down the rate of usance with us here in Venice. If I can catch him once upon the hip, I will feed fat the ancient grudge I bear him. He hates our sacred nation. And he rails, even there where merchants supposed to congregate, on me, my bargains, and my well-won thrift, which he calls interest. Cursed be my tribe if I forgive him.
Shylock, do you hear?
I am debating of my present store, and by the near guess of my memory, I cannot instantly raise up the full gross of 3,000 ducats. What of that? Tubal, a wealthy Hebrew of my tribe, shall furnish me. But soft, how many months did you desire? Oh, rest you fair, good signor. Your worship was the last man in our mouths.
Shylock, albeit I neither lend nor borrow, by taking nor by giving of excess, yet to supply the ripe wants of my friend, I'll break a custom. Is he yet possessed? How much you would?
Aye, 3,000 ducats.
And for 3 months.
I had forgot. For 3 months. You told me so. Well then, your bond, and let me see. But soft. Methought I heard you say you neither lend nor borrow upon advantage.
I do never use it.
When Jacob grazed his uncle Laban's sheep, This Jacob from our holy Abram was, as his wise mother wrought on his behalf, the third possessor. Abram, Isaac, Jacob, he was the third.
And what of him? Did he take interest?
No, not take interest. Not, as you would say, directly interest. No, mark what Jacob did. When Laban and himself had agreed that all the particolored newborn lambs should fall as Jacob's hire, the ewes, being rank at the end of autumn, turned to the rams. And when the work of generation was at full between these woolly breeders, the skillful Jacob devised a means to bring more particolored rams to the ewes. And thus in springtime there did fall more particolored newborn lambs, and those were Jacob's. This was a way to thrive, and he was blessed. And thrift is a blessing if men steal it not.
This was a venture, sir, that Jacob served for, a thing not in his power to bring to pass, but swayed and fashioned by the hand of heaven. Was this inserted to make interest good, or is your gold and silver ewes and rams?
I cannot tell. I make it breed as fast. But note me, senor.
Mark you this, Bassanio. The devil can cite scripture for his purpose, for what a goodly outside falsehood hath.
3,000 ducats. It is a good round sum. 3 months from 12. Let me see the rate.
Well, Shylock, shall we be beholding to you?
Signor Antonio, many a time and oft in the Rialto, you have berated me about my monies and my usances. Still have I borne it with a patient shrug, for sufferance is the badge of all our tribe. You call me misbeliever, cutthroat dog, and spit upon my Jewish gabardine, and all for the use of that which is mine own. Well then, it now appears you need my help. Go to then. You come to me and you say, Shylock, we would have monies. You say so. You that did void your room upon my beard, and foot me as you spurn a stranger cur over your threshold. Monies is your suit. What should I say to you? Should I not say, hath a dog monies? Is possible a cur can lend 3,000 ducats? Or shall I bend low, and in a bondman's key with bated breath and whispering humbleness say thus, fair sir, you spit on me on Wednesday last. You spoiled me such a day, not a time you called me dog. And for these courtesies, I'll lend you thus much money.
I am as like to call thee so again, to spit on thee again, to spurn thee too. If thou wilt lend this money, lend it not as to thy friend. For when did friendship take a breed of barren metal of his friend? But lend it rather to thine enemy, who if he break, thou mayest with better face exact the penalty.
Why, look you, how you storm. I would be friends with you and have your love. Forget the shames that you have stained me with. Supply your present wants and take no doit of usance for my monies, and you'll not hear me. This is kind I offer.
This were kindness.
This kindness will I show. Go with me to a notary. Seal me there your single bond, and in a merry sport. If you repay me not on such a day in such a place, such sum or sums as are expressed in the condition, let the forfeit be nominated for an equal pound of your fair flesh, to be cut off and taken from what part of your body pleaseth me.
Content in faith, I will seal to such a bond and say there is much kindness in the two.
You shall not seal to such a bond for me. I'll rather dwell in my necessity.
Why, fear not, man, I will not forfeit it. Within these 2 months months, that's a month before this bond expires, I do expect return of thrice 3 times the value of this bond.
Oh, Father Abram, what these Christians are, whose own hard dealings teaches them suspect the thoughts of others. Pray, you, tell me this. If he should break his day, what should I gain by the exaction of the forfeiture? Huh? A pound of man's flesh taken from a man is not so estimable, nor profitable neither is flesh of muttons, beefs, or goat. I say, to buy his favor, I extend this friendship. If he will take it, so; if not, adieu. And for my love, I pray you, wrong me not.
Yes, Shylock, I will seal into this bond.
Then meet me forthwith at the notary's. Give him direction for this merry bond, and I will go and purse the ducats straight. See to my house left in the fearful guard of an unthrifty knave, and presently I will be with thee.
Hie thee, gentle Jew! The Hebrew will turn Christian, he grows kind.
I like not fair terms and a villain's mind.
Come on, in this there can be no dismay. My ships come home a month before the day.